Here we go.
Breakfast of
There we are.
Champions.
We are live.
Mm.
Hello.
Yes.
Welcome.
You. And I can
Welcome.
go in the chat and
Yeah. Go
type
into.
things.
I can
There you
probably look at the chat, but I don't think I want to
go. Okay.
because it
Yeah,
distracts me.
yeah, I don't
Well,
blame
for
you.
everyone that's clicking on the replay, welcome to Loretta Ann's Place. My collaborators here are BJ in the middle, BJ's Esoteric Musings, and on the end there we have Nick at Cosmic Blue Avian.
Yes.
Woohoo! In the house,
Hello,
welcome.
darlings. Hello, darlings.
I know I
Yeah.
should probably add my esoteric musings on this, but it
Yeah.
goes way too far. It's like,
Okay, yeah, and I'll have your links down below. I put them down in
Yeah.
the description, so after the show, if anyone wants to, find it, it's right there. And we are here presenting the fourth episode of Speaking
Word
to the
for.
Sovereignty of Souls. Mwah!
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes, we
Yes.
are.
You want
yes.
to open us up with a good message with your oracle cards there, BJ? Those were really cool. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
do it.
oh. I I picked these up
Oh,
Oh no, she's
a
no.
month or so ago. Table I work from,
Hey.
and it's
Okay.
called Ascentium.
ooh.
No,
Ascentium. They're oracle
pretty.
cards, and they're a vibrational shifting affirmation oracle by River
Ooh.
Ather. How's that for a name?
Yeah. That is
And
a
You're
nice
they
name.
are, I love the back. The back is that,
Beautiful.
but they are exquisite. They're
yeah.
There it goes.
actually, that's the first I do it.
Oh no. What is technical difficulties, everyone? Let's enjoy.
Who?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
this
Bee's having her
I,
technical difficulties.
this says, I am surrounded by visionaries, creators, and kindred spirits who ignite my passion and purpose.
Mm, I love that.
So
Yeah.
I love
That's
that
Mm.
why
too.
we're here, speaking to the sovereignty of souls.
Mm. I
That's what
like
it's
you
all
said that because I
hmm
had a little hit this okay, I always before I come on now with you guys, I do this for you guys. I give myself like a massive amount of hours of quiet to myself, meaning I stay up all night basically. Of course now it's 6 in
Yeah.
the morning. So if anybody wants to know, I'm in Australia. It's 6 in the morning for me. So
Yeah.
so what I do is I start taking into account what message I want they want or what wants to come through. And you just said
Right.
what it was. So then I was listening to certain things and I was thinking about like deception and horrible things that are happening, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Then, it's what you just said. It said basically to strip it down, strip all that down, all the minutia, and to come back to the core, to
Yeah.
come back to the what's most important, what you just said, what's most valuable to you and what's most true to you. No matter how interesting, painful, fun, wonderful it is to get there, that's what needs to be done right now.
Yeah.
And then I saw this quick little snippet on YouTube on I popped in. I'm not watching anyone, so whoever's on here live, I love you all. I have been on hiatus. It's going to be a couple more months. I definitely need it and it's working,
Hmm.
hmm
but I still need it. So this is the only time anywhere you're going to see me is only in these videos. That's all I'm going to tell you. And so
Yeah.
I popped in and I saw a little snippet of I forgot his name, Thich Nhat Hanh, before he passed.
Hmm.
And he basically said, these are the words that came out of that wonderful segment. And it said that we give ourselves conditions that we forget that we can be happy.
Yeah.
Happiness is unconditional.
hmm
Yeah.
Like love
Even
is
though everything in the
unconditional.
world tries to tell us otherwise. Yeah.
Right. So he says there is an art of happiness.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
and to me the word just came out, the art of happiness, just like that. Just the simplicity of that concept. There's an art to happiness. Art basically means like my son's been asking me literally, for days now, which I think was absolutely beautiful. He keeps talking about art. As much as I'm an artist, he's not. He's technical.
Uh-huh.
So when he asked me, I said to him, I said, art is being able to make it, it's a skill, it's an ability to transform something from what seems to be nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take anything, then you just make it into something new, or you're creating, and you're using a tool, or you're using some kind of ability, or some thought, or anything.
You're
That
drawing
is
it,
art,
right? When
right?
you're
It's a
talking
skill,
big art, it emanates from within us, and what
right?
we see, touch, smell. You know.
Yes,
I was
anything
going to
is
say
art.
it externalizes the internal.
Yeah.
Right. Everything is art. Everything. A thought is art. A design is art.
Yeah.
It's the action. It's the action with intention. It's the creation. It's what comes the fruition of what you create. It's so much that you can say what art truly is. I mean, as you can see, I'm an artist and gushing. There it is. So, on that lovely note, ladies, I heard the ladies tell me. Okay, the ladies are, for those watching, is the collective of Sophia. Sophia is what I call the feminine, which I call the calm, gentle, breeze, quiet energy, as opposed to the crazy, fluctuating, active energy. We are talking quiet and peaceful. That is what I call feminine. Okay, so that's what we call Sophia. And Sophia's energy wants to come through as Sophia, the collective Sophia.
Oh.
And she might bring, I call it she, but it's it, they, would
Mm-hmm.
like to bring the individualized essence of Isis.
Okay.
So if anybody else wants to join, that's interesting. But notice those two. So it's the mass overview of collective, it's self,
Mm-hmm.
herself, themselves, with Isis, which is basically she's the grand teacher,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The keeper
Yeah.
of the secrets.
Mm-hmm.
So I might go into the Hall of Records under the Sphinx. That used to be technically a big lion's head, by the way, because they were Lyrans. They were, felines.
Yeah.
So,
ISIS is
um,
about ISIS is about our divine inheritance, our sovereign divinity, and sacred sexuality.
oh, no wonder that's what popped up this week in my head too.
Yes. There you go.
I'm so sorry, guys, but that's what it is. It just boomed in my head. Go ahead, keep
Well,
talking.
in thinking of what what was stated there, it's
Okay.
like even even in the mystery schools or
Yes,
any master class,
yes,
you have the professor who does the bulk of the study, but there are times when you bring in other experts that have an expertise in a specific area or something that contributes to the fuller
yes,
picture. So
yes,
that's kind of the way I look at this
yes,
group of lovely souls that's
yes.
Yeah.
coming
And the
forward.
thing about what I learned also in coming up to speed on who Sophia was and the
Mm,
tribe is that during the sexuality period of our
mm.
experience here, when a climax is achieved in that vibrational peak,
Mm.
wondrous moment,
Oh my
it's the
gosh, yes.
closest thing we will ever get consciously to the divine realm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the interdimensionality, and apparently this is my forte of my higher selves. I'm an interdimensional teacher.
Mhm.
I teach interdimensionality, which is a very unique thing. I do it in Sirius. It's kind of cool place. But when that happens, is it the lines are so blurred, like this light that's around me that's very soft. It's
Mhm.
blurry. See that little flicker I'm doing there? My
Yeah.
pen.
Yeah.
I'm just moving my hand with the wavelength in
Yeah.
real time. And that little flicker is what happens with what you just described, what we call a heightened ecstasy. Yes, let's put it in the
Yeah.
nicest possible,
Yeah. There you
hidden
go.
way so YouTube doesn't kick our ass. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, this is what heightened ecstasy looks like.
Uh-huh.
It's that flicker of
It's yeah.
frequency that just, because it cracks it, it gets to the point where you're at bliss.
Yeah.
And bliss and wonder and awe are the top of that
Yeah.
of the light frequency. And
Mhm.
sound is the most sacred
Yes.
because it's the first thing ever created.
Hmm.
That's why they say in all the biblical blah blah blahs, they say, "Let there be light," and
Yes.
it was good.
Yes. And that develops from the vibration. You know,
Right, right,
vibration. The frequency vibration is
yeah.
how we. Yeah.
And everything has to come together. And once when we all say like things are united and everything, we're all one. We are one. That's the point of it.
Hmm.
You can't just say we're just one thing or I'm you, you're me. Whoever's watching, I'm you, you're me too. You don't have to like me. You don't have to know who I am. You can think I'm
Yeah.
crazy. I'm all good. But aside from that, we're exactly the same. We
Yeah.
just chose different, what we call avatars, different vessels,
Yeah.
different features,
Uh huh.
and what not one is separate from another. Because when you
Right.
look at a shadow and light, if you look really carefully, there is no distinctive line. It's always blended. Even if it looks slightly darker, there's light in darkness, and there's darkness in light, and that's just how it works.
Hmm.
So what we're going to do is, I'm thinking to be kind, because remember we spoke afterwards. I don't know if you said it in the video. I agree with you, B, and I agree with you, Loretta. This is what we can do. Why don't we you guys wanted to try to give practical sense. And if Isis wants to come through with Sophia,
Hmm.
why not take the advantage of
Sure.
having both those massive energies?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
you guys go through the notes because remember we did the pre-recordeds, right? Before,
Yeah.
and you were showing them in the first episode or two that I
Hmm.
wasn't here. Why don't we use the notes that you guys took, and then when I go in, you guys just ask them what the questions or how to use those steps, maybe to use some practical terms and ways to get them ahead. Because I know there were like 6 or 7
Yeah.
steps that they gave.
And BJ has some questions lined up.
Mm. So
So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
we've got fresh questions for ISIS.
Okay, so cool. So if you want me to go in now, and I
No,
can.
what's this doing? Why are you doing that? Stop that. Never mind. I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to
No,
get
it's
in the
okay.
chat and
No,
say
no, it's
something.
fine. It's
Weird.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, we're good. All right, ready? I'll close the book, or I'll keep the book open. They're not. They're like, doesn't matter if your book's open or not. We're gonna answer anyway. Okay. All right. I'm gonna raise the camera so you don't see my lovely double extra chin. Oh, here
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
Nose is itchy.
I think I'll read this real quick while they're coming in. A living covenant of sovereignty. Again, this is out of the Sophia Code. The Sophia Code is your soul's uniquely sequenced divine genome for expressing every immaculate quality of Sophia. No other soul has the same sequence of the Sophia Code as you do. It is a master blueprint of your divine nature, as well as your soul's unique fingerprint as a sovereign expression of Sophia.
Hmm. We have chosen to keep her eyes closed today because if we open her eyes, a little too much intensity might bother some people watching.
Now, are we speaking with Isis or Sophia?
Both.
Oh, good. And
Isis is with us. She is there.
okay, good.
Very
BJ,
good.
you want to give a question?
Our host is
Yeah,
there.
yeah. The this question number one. Would you uh, give a morning slash evening blessing or ritual for helping beings of light for helping frequency building endurance as we go. So something, a little mantra or something that can be used here for those, uh, you know, working with this, if that makes sense.
Well, there are
Strength.
options. There are options. There are ways to do it with sound. There are ways to do it with words, semantics. There are ways to do this with conscious awareness of the body. Which one is more important to whom?
Dancing is fun too, isn't it? A way of
True,
raising your frequency.
true.
Music, song.
There are those that do, for example, what you call Tai Chi or yoga.
Mm.
And that is one way, but it depends on the intentions of the individual. So if they would like to do that kind of physical activity, that's one. But it's a different kind. You'd have to intentionally stand, let's say, for example, in mountain pose, or sit if you can't stand, for those who cannot stand. And when you raise your arms, we're doing it in a short span, but you raise your arms outward, because we know you can't see your arms. Our arms are out here. So you raise your arms as high as you can, but intentionally. So they're going to be like a big, direct. But when you raise your arms, you have to feel the tension as you raise them. Because at the moment, her arms are very tense and they're barely touching, but if you see, there's an energy in here that is very tense. And then when you release, you have to consciously, in every cell of your body, release that energy back down very slowly.
Okay.
But you can say something to the concept, let's put it as, we've given our vessel all as well. In the now.
I
You
like that.
can do that. Very simple, but all is well. And if it's about an individual, you can say, they are well, I am well, in the now. In the now puts you into more of a presence.
Mm-hmm.
And it allows you to be true to yourself as in this now moment. It could be a breath. It could be as you measure in human terms of arbitrary time, a nanosecond, or a blip. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't quite matter what it is, but as long as you bring yourself to the presence of now.
Just be present.
Yes, but be conscious, the words should be of the now. You should have the words like is, be, just being in the now could be a good way of putting it. If you need a knowing, you can put the word I feel, or you can say we, because you are a we, technically. You could say we feel present, we feel whole, we feel, fill in your word in which that you need for that day, in the now. And if you really want to go further, we give in our vessel already, in this dimension, in this space, in this density. That means your form is dense in this density. If you are a spirit of light or an essence of light, it's a different density. So it depends on where you want to show this. Also, you can say in all dimensions in which I am in the now. The key is the now, not later, not before, because there is no such later or before. It's always now. No matter how many issues or problems in your life, or challenges, as we like to prefer to call them, or experiences,
Mm-hmm.
it's the now that you feel. So something could be so difficult, but if you just give yourself a moment or moments of now where you either breathe consciously, however you choose to have that pattern of breathing. You can, as you said beautifully, Loretta Ann, thank you, our lovely Pleiadian. We honor you. It's the dancing could be wonderful. If you need music and if you just need to put on a song, if you feel like that in the morning, then you do that. Something that brings you back to now for a brief moment or moments so you can recalibrate all the pieces that you are when your soul wakes up or goes to rest for the night, as you'd call it, and actually truly lives once you're out of your body, of course. But when you're in that space and you wake, that it becomes the now. You have to put back the soul into a vessel if you're waking. If you have to take the soul out, it allows it to be free when you're resting. It's important to go through that dimensional shift in transition in peace and acknowledge that you are now in this specific moment of the now. Does
Okay.
that make more sense?
Yeah, I'm gonna use some words here out of
Mm, mm,
the book, and I'm gonna take dancing to a song as an
mm,
example. This would
mm,
be stepping into ceremony, you
mm.
know, a ceremony of song and dance. And that's when you're free from constructs of space and time where instantaneous healing and divine knowing exists.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's the interdimensional space that brings you in. Because when you come out of one beautifully peaceful dimensional space and come into, let's say, a dense form like your body, difficulty, no?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you need to recalibrate that moment and acknowledge that you are a divine being at all moments, whether you are awake when you're truly sleeping, by the way, or asleep when you're in your body as we are now speaking. Our vessel is actually awake now that she is not attached. That's the difference. She is
Okay.
fully awake. She's literally dancing on the side right there. You mentioned dancing. She took on your message. She's enjoying herself.
Good. Okay.
Does that answer your query?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Very
Yeah,
good.
I think so. That makes it clear.
Yeah. Okay. Another question.
Mm.
Please explain how and when Lucifer became as maligned and misunderstood
Mm-hmm.
as she is in the physical.
Mm-hmm. My poor Lucifer. Yes, she's a
Oh,
wonderful beauty. She has not been given a fair hand. When and where? Okay, it's more the who.
more
Forgive
than
us. It's more the who. It's how do we say this? Hmm. Very difficult because watching one of our own collective, because Lucifer's of our collective,
mhm.
and of the celestial collective, no less as well. Um, Meaning the what you call angels and archangels. Um,
I have a question.
Go ahead. Yes.
How does Inky fit into this? Because
Ah.
in that story, Inky
Mm,
and Lucifer are the same character.
they're not the same. No.
Okay.
It's stealing identity.
Okay.
It's like saying Lucifer truly is a being of nefarious, harmful intent, and it's not.
Well, Inky was not.
No, but even then,
Okay. Because Inky was the one that was bound to
true,
her, you
true.
know.
But even then, Enki was the one that decided to only act after the fact. when atrocities were occurring to the beings that were here on
Mm-hmm.
what you would call this being you call Gaia or Earth, um, still watched from a distance, still allowed the sister, Inanna, I think her name is Inanna.
Inu,
Uh,
Ilu.
no, Inanna, yes. It's named differently in different places. We know as Inanna.
Yeah.
And she had a soft spot as well, but didn't quite act quick enough as well until it was for her own best interest. It wasn't Enki was less. Enki did have more compassion, but didn't act quick enough. So did watch it, which is not exclusive. It's not saying how dare you or some kind of no. It's just not a judgment. It's just
No, I was just going for some clarity because
no. Yes, good question.
there's
Go ahead.
stories,
Mm.
and we've
Yeah.
got the biblical version, and then we've got the galactic version, you
Yes.
know, and
Yes, and that's a different version altogether.
yeah, and
And
then
it's
there's
the
the Sophia Christ consciousness is
mm,
another version,
correct.
because that is not brought into the biblical versions.
And also, if you look at it, when you hear of the name Enoch, it's not far from Enki. If you understand what we're meaning, um, there are those sentient beings that are celestial, and Lucifer is one of them. Lucifer has decided she decided to come to send her grace and her love and her peace and her compassion and healing to all. And when she did, there were those who not just were threatened, but took joy in their deception, in their rumors, in their lies. And these lies were very early on in your very early, let's say, Ur or Sumer
Sumer,
civilizations.
very first
And
civilization.
correct, the very, very first civilization. They may even go back to um, the one in India. Our vessel completely just. She's like a treasure trove of like encyclopedia. Suddenly, the word just disappeared. The one in India, that the civilization that was prior, that was in India, that basically made the first foundation to all what you call religions and belief systems. Um, and by the time it reached from the civilization of India to Ur and Sumer, it went from different star beings and star families. The one in India was not so much Anunnaki, as you call them, but Ur and Sumer are, and they were definitely the ones of the reptilian, Alpha Draconian, um, and others that we don't mention because we don't want to give them any energy whatsoever.
Oh.
But these are the ones we've dealt with, and our
Mhm.
vessel has dealt with. So she's willing to
Yeah.
mention those first. Because when you highlight an energy or a name of a being or a group or star group, you're giving them your power, whether you mean it or not. So whomever is listening and watching, please do not ask for their attention. Just leave them to be, unless you truly are that curious. And then you have to be careful what you bring upon yourself.
So you're saying simply speaking the
Mm,
name,
mm,
we give them power. We're we're not just
yes,
sourcing knowledge
no,
and
no,
informing ourselves,
no.
but actually handing over power. So
You can,
how are we
you,
supposed to
we know your
be
question coming.
curious
Yes,
and
yes,
inquire?
yes.
How do we
You
do
can,
that
yeah.
without handing over our power? Because that's not my intent.
No, exactly. So what you do is before you enter in, you have to come in with your highest frequency possible.
Okay.
So whatever you inquire, whatever you try to discover or to remember is really the truth of it all, because you're basically in amnesia when you take this vessel, especially on Earth, that is, on Gaia. You choose to find your highest frequency, and you emanate only love unconditionally, only unconditional respect and gratitude and all those excellent higher frequencies. And you, by doing that, everything else that may have an ability to try to take the energy from you cannot, because their frequency will always be lower than yours that is of the highest. They have to match your frequency to siphon it. That's how they siphon it. When they match, not even match your frequency, but if you lower your frequency close enough to theirs, then they siphon it. But if you keep your frequency as high as possible, out of curiosity, that's when you have curiosity, when you're at your highest peak of frequency. Not when you're halfway through, not when you're at the bottom of your energy and you're just angry. Never, ever.
No.
Always at your peak. When your curiosity is joyous, when your curiosity is childlike and playful, that's when you do it. Not naive and then drop it and get fearful and doubtful and out of revenge, out of frustration. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, you're talking lower frequency versus higher frequency and the seeking of knowledge.
And that's why that balance
That's
that
how we
works that
protect
way.
ourselves, is to reach the highest
Yeah.
And
frequency we can in the moment,
Right.
and not having fear come in during it. It's just a factual, in depth. Yeah.
Straight to the point. I mean, what I'm hearing Isis ask us to give you is that she wants you to have the most direct path, so that when they say put a protection, that is your protection, by
Yeah.
staying in the highest of frequencies. You can have a horrible day and the worst moments and feel very disappointed and all those wonderful things, because it's okay to be disappointed. That's part of the experience. There's a reason to experience it. That's why you came in this very thick, excuse us, different density. Yes? But
Yeah.
that's not the point. The point is, you could be low, excuse us again, a low energy. Just don't research those things at that time.
Yeah. Yes.
Research them when you're
At your peak.
center. Yes, you're even at the center, right? Where you're in the middle of it all and you're just, this is nice and quiet at the eye of the storm. The eye is quiet. That is your peak. That is a peak, by the way. And then
Yeah.
when you're a little higher and you're just slightly above the peak, great. But do not delve below that.
Yes.
Go to the core is what the message we were giving our vessel earlier on means. Go to the core of who you are. Unmask all the things that are deceptive and frustrating and compensating and accommodating to others. Yes, those words specifically. Stop compensating others because of their insecurities and inability to be whole. It is their responsibility to be whole, not yours. And not yours to give them.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. I
Our
was
pleasure.
I was thinking it's very much like when we are in our soul form, between lives, whatever, and we are in different frequencies, realms, we can travel lower should we choose. But we can't go higher unless our frequencies hold at those levels. So it put me in mind of something I read years ago in some of the Al Minor Lama Singh material, where he was speaking to a soul that had crossed, and in the crossing that happened in the 90s, Al Minor was in meditation and was pulled along with this soul that was crossing so he could experience what this soul was experiencing as he crossed. And of course, he's met
Mm.
by his teachers and guides. And so he levels off to an area, and it's a beautiful meadow, and they're sitting on a bench and talking. And after a bit, and this one guide of his that he doesn't realize who it is, but he's a character. He loves humor, so he uses humor a lot. And he
Okay.
says, "So what do you think, Peter? Do you like this place, or do you want to look at some more places?" Oh, he says, "I want to see everything." He says, "Well, come on." And so he takes him, and over time,
Mm.
as Peter is acclimating to his memories and his soul, as they take him to begin to show him different realms of where people are that cross and are still in the lower vibrations. And they're
Mm.
explaining to him how realms and frequencies work, that they are held by the frequency of those souls in it. And as those souls, as some elevate enough, they no longer fit that frequency. And so Peter and what his guides were doing and helping him remember is they would go help extract these souls, and they were explaining to him, no, we're not seen by anyone else in this realm. That's how we know somebody's ready to transfer, because
Yeah.
they light up when we walk into the realm. They go, huh, huh,
Uh-huh.
and we see them seeing
Mhm.
us, and we're like, ah, they're ready to go. So
Mhm.
that's what they're explaining to him. And until he
Mhm.
was ready, the character, the fun, playful one, he says, "Oh, let me put your light cloak on you," and he would put literally this cloak, and it's described as this illuminating, like rainbow of colors that come off of this cloak.
Wow.
But what Peter has yet to realize is, because he can't hold his
Mm.
frequencies consistently, that cloak is a cloak of protection for him.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And so that's where my mind went, as
Correct.
And
Isis
as
was.
you were talking, BJ, I was thinking of all the where I had moved away from. My neighbor, she can see earthbound people who have passed, and they're
Mhm.
very angry because it was a senior,
Mm.
Yeah,
and just
they have found the
really
light
angry
there.
people.
Yeah,
But eventually they move on because
Mm.
the higher realm is coming, like you were talking, and just checking in on them and see if anybody's ready, or
yeah,
Mhm.
they can surmise that there's a soul ready, so they enter in, and then the soul that's earthbound connects with them and is cloaked and taken
Correct.
up.
yeah.
I love that story.
Isn't that
Thank you.
great?
That's beautifully spoken, because the cloaking is correct. And that's how, when people ask for assistance and energy,
Hmm.
yes,
Yes.
Yes,
that's what that cloaking is. When they
yeah,
say, "Oh, I feel this light around me," it's exactly what that is. It is an energy that when you ask and you consciously are aware, and you
Mhm.
intentionally ask for it and say, "This is what I have requested," your your higher self then begins to siphon in, instead of having it siphon out,
right.
Uh-huh.
siphon in what's already there as what we call protection as a human soul, but it's already there, as you described beautifully, as this cloak that was just placed on them to say, "Look, it's already there. It was yours already. You have forgotten that this is also yours."
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's interesting as he goes through his journey. It's like all of a sudden, as he's been doing all these different things, he suddenly looks at these four characters that he's been running and doing with, and he's like, "Hey, wait a minute! I know you guys." They're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh yeah, for a very
Lovely.
long time."
Oh, that's lovely. See, it's that recognition, but that's
Yeah,
exactly it. It's that recognition that
yeah,
we are not, where there's no separation. It's just we have chosen as individualized essences and
yeah,
fractals to experience so much more. So our main source, as you call it, our vessel called source, you guys call it spirit, some people call it whatever
right,
you'd like,
right,
Creator.
is creator, universe. It's a continuous expansion,
right.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that continue, and it never stops. The moment it becomes so broad that it has, let's say, it doesn't have a boundary, but it begins bleeding into its brand new. So think of it as it gets so wide, so wide, so wide. And then suddenly there's an energy that says, oh, I'm very interested. But wait, there's so much here. We've experienced so much there. This has been done. That's been done. This has been done. That's been done. And suddenly, imagine if you can imagine you don't know if you can see our hands, but we put our hand up so you can see it. If you can see an invisible energy coming through the center, for example, yes? The center, what you'd call the central sun of this universe, yes? Of this specific,
Right.
which is what you'd call the creator, yes? And they would come through and then it would start eking out because it's another, let's say, it literally is like a tornado of energy and it swirls out. That's a creation of a universe.
Portal.
Yes, we just gave it away. Like a portal, perfect. And it goes right through and it literally spirals. And yes, our vessel is also in charge of portals. That's another story, another day. But here it goes. So it goes right through this and it pours through and it becomes a new, fragile, but new star, as you call it, or a new collection of energy. And that energy seeps through and creates another universe. So the multiverse is continuously birthing new universes in exactly what you guys are, you both are describing perfectly. Because it has to expand, it has to grow, it has to move. Nothing stops changing.
Yeah.
Nothing stops vibrating. Nothing stops the oneness that it's all connected to.
Yeah.
So interesting right there. There's a tightness right back here in her mind. There's a piece of information just tucked in. All right, Isis wants to come through. All right, everyone.
Welcome, Isis.
She tapped her head. Give us a second. We'll move over.
One thing I just wanted to add on that comment there in that segment before we move on. It, to me, as I understand it, that is why it's so important for us to magnify, learn, and perfect those techniques during the lifetime, the physical, because that is what we take with us. And the more expansion, the higher the vibrational frequencies we hold as we cross, we become like a rocket.
Yeah, it's an easier transition.
Yeah,
right?
it's like when my father was passing and we were desperately trying to get to him. And my husband said, the one thing I was told as we were leaving was he says, I got to make sure I tell Pops to not linger anywhere. He hits the tunnel, go. Because my dad was always very curious and wanted to. He says he'll get sidetracked and he'll go off course if he does that. And he never got to tell him. I said, honey, the minute you articulated it, he heard it. So you're good. But and that's why it's so important. And I can honestly say that those are the people that I was involved with for a number of years with ARE and the Edgar Casey study groups, where we learned so much material. Those people would usually, upon passing, would be coming through my home within a half hour to tell me, oh, I've been visiting Mr. Casey and I've done this and I've done that. And I'm like, they were already on it and moving through, where others, you could almost feel them in suspension because they hadn't developed enough of their own personal understanding and power to empower them on their journey across to the other side.
I have heard that, or I read that the more conscious and in the moment you can stay during the passing, the more glorious the whole experience is. So
that is correct.
Yeah. Is Isis here with us?
All your
Yes, we are.
Through it.
We are. We're just listening to your wonderful conversation. We didn't want to interrupt you.
Welcome, Isis. I'm glad
you're
here. Thank you. And that is correct. Everything you said, Betty Jean. Everything is correct. That is exactly how it happened.
All right. Did you have more questions, Betty Jean?
No.
Was that it? Okay. Okay.
Are there any questions from the chat that need to come through?
Oh. Let's see. We've got.
We have asked our vessel to tap into the hall
Yeah.
of records that are below the Sphinx that she as Nicole, has access to.
Does anyone have a question in the audience? Just put it in the chat for Isis. And Nicole was channeling Isis, and she can answer your question. So,
And we have a feeling that they're going to ask us about the secret school.
well, how about you share then? Because you already picked that up.
We've picked up, if it's true, let them say if they don't have to say, or probably someone will watch eventually, but we hear somewhere in the collective is asking for the mystery schools, as you call them. We call them secrets.
Okay. No, I don't have that. Someone's asking about the fires.
Which fires?
There's fires in Canada and Fatima's area. And I think Phantom, if I remember, you're over on the east, above the east side.
I think she said Toronto.
Toronto? Okay.
Fires.
Yeah.
Are they, forgive us for asking our vessels in Australia, so she's curious, is it like forest fires that are making the sky red, or is the sky red?
It's 100 fires burning right now.
Yeah, it's the forest, and she's in Toronto. Yeah, in Toronto, in Canada.
What is the nature of her question? To be specific, it's not. We don't want to be vague.
End soon. She just wants to know if the fires are going to end soon in the Toronto area. Yeah.
Remember, fire is cleansing. It's frightening, but it's cleansing.
That's what we're picking up on. We're just trying to scan the space. Okay, we're going to pull out.
Yeah, they've got almost 200 forest fires going on up there all across Canada. Yeah.
Oh boy. Is it heat? It cannot be heat related, is it?
No, it was lightning strikes.
That's
I'm hearing about are lightning strikes that happened.
Yeah. That's what we're confused about, because this is not the time for heat like we would have down in here in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, give us a moment. Let's look. You may not like my answer, she's saying. We're unfortunately giving you news that may not be very happy. It will last a bit, unfortunately. The area in which the fire struck is isn't. We're also asking personally if this was tampered with. So if it was just a storm, like a thunderstorm, or it was partially tampered. This was a target. This was targeted. This wasn't random.
Are we talking weather manipulation?
Yes. There was a coincidental, let's just say, thunderstorm that they specifically, for example, most thunderstorms do not cause this level of destruction, even in Australia, and Australia is known for it. No, that level of destruction does not happen there. Why would we make the comparison? Australia is already dry. It has a bush that the bush you'd consider green is not the green. It's closer to a desert than it is a lush forest that you'd have up in Canada. The terrain is completely different. It's temperate up there. It's not temperate down here where our vessel is. And So when lightning strikes down here in Australia, yes, that's a bushfire. And that is absolutely heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
That in Canada was tampered with. It was coincidental with a intentional strike. So it will end soon in that her head is spinning, our vessel, from the pain that she's feeling from these poor people. It will end, but not soon enough is the problem. And so please stay safe. It will not affect her area, Fatima herself, but if she does feel the need to be safe, go wherever you need to go. And if she has friends that are in the danger zone, there's no need for pride. Take your most valuables and your precious loved ones and get out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
So this was not climate driven.
No, it's a coincidental of a climate event.
Yeah.
Can you still see us? We moved. Sorry.
Yes. No, you're good.
No,
Okay.
that many indigenous communities are
We hope that helps. We're out. We're sending the help, but the intervention can't do more than we can at this point. You're nearing what month are we now?
July.
You're in the months where it gets warm, yes, and dry, unfortunately. So what you need to do is to have the closest body of water most likely are what we call the Great Lakes and the Niagara Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Niagara does not have enough water, because it does power quite a few states, not just New York State, but others, and it does border, if you understand what we said Niagara Falls for.
Well, it's part of Canada.
Exactly, and it's right near Toronto, if we understand. You can find a way to go to the Great Lakes or the Finger Lakes in New York and see if they're willing to take some fresh water, if they're willing to allow, let's say, Lake Michigan, for example, and to rush. Go ahead, please. Yes.
I think I just came across something close to Lake Okay, and Fatima lives way south in Toronto, close to Lake Ontario.
Okay, that's it.
Say is that they're getting pushback. We are not, the Americans in the United States are not helping like we normally step up to help. And
that's not surprising because of your leader.
Yeah,
yes,
the orange scrotum.
Yeah. Oh, very well spoken. We like that.
Yeah.
We call him our vessel calls him a Cheeto head. That's wonderful.
Yeah. But that's
the
problem.
She appreciates the image. Sorry, you made her laugh. Go ahead.
Yeah. But unfortunately, our firefighters are not rushing in to help like we have.
No, then that's the problem. That's the delay then. That's why we're having that issue. That's why we took a little extra moment to see if there's more to this. And there is. What they might need to do is as well, they could also take some ice that's on certain glaciers. And I know this is dangerous for certain parts of the environment for Canada and then for preservation. But if you take the ice and you melt it, that's your other option. I mean, or you can just try to get seawater, but by the time you get to the sea and bring that back, that's not going to do you any good.
Yeah. And the thing is, you got to use fresh water for fire, because if you use, the ocean water with the salt, it will hurt the land, the environment.
Exactly. It will make it acrid.
Yeah.
Not arid, acrid, like acidic.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the scrotum, the orange scrotum, actually threatened Canada
We're
because of
evolving
the
quickly here, gals.
I'm sorry, but because of the smoke was coming down into the United States. I mean, we truly have a flipping.
Do not worry. Do not worry because that individual that you've called a perfectly scrotum, yes,
Yeah.
is going to find that when he leaves his vessel, he is not permitted to enter any, let's repeat that, any dense form on any what you call planet or living being of of a celestial being, which is a planet.
That's
None of them. None. Until that review is reviewed
hmm
by source itself.
yeah, yeah. That's good. Well, we're going to try to hold this as at an hour
Mm,
because I know Nicole's time,
Yeah.
she's only good for an hour. So we're down to the last 4 minutes.
sure.
And, but we want to thank you, Isis, for coming.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so much. Thank you.
My
Yeah.
pleasure. Would you
Yeah.
like Nicole back or would you like us for another 4 minutes?
Nicole, I think so we can wrap it up. And Fatima says, thank you so very, very much.
Our pleasure.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll save this for next time. Okay.
You got another question?
No
Oh, okay.
Oh,
commentary.
whew.
I just wanted feedback.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
She's
Thank
back.
you.
Back.
Thank you.
To be
Thank you.
honest, Sophia is so chill and awesome. My God.
Yeah,
It's like
you're right.
walking on cotton candy and clouds. It smells like the most heavenly, like I love the smell of strawberries and gardenias and like that. It's just all of that mixed together with cherry
Oh,
blossoms and
nice.
oh my
Love that.
goodness. And
I
then
like.
Isis is awesome, but she has a little sharper edge.
Uh-huh.
So she stiffened my like I was trying to move my arms and she's like, nope, keep your arms still, don't move. I couldn't move my shoulders the whole time.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. I thought that BJ, you've got some cards there in front of you. We're going to do
Go go
a
Oh, do you want
departing
another card?
go
for
baby
the
go
collective, a
go baby
message
go.
for the collective.
Let's see.
And
And
honestly,
Nicole, you have,
before you guys start, you get your cards out. To Fatima and the fires. As I was scanning, I kind of like I was on the side. I'm not here, so Isis is like right in the middle. So I was scanning what was going on, and to be honest, um, it was disturbing because it's scattered fires.
yeah, there's
That's the
200
problem. But it's not like normal scattered, like random
Yeah.
scattered.
Yeah.
And that's like usually if it's a fire, like if a one like shot or you have like a electrical storm
Yeah.
and it's natural, it kind of hits one space or two spaces or like clusters. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
electricity falls in a cluster. It doesn't fall like all over the place for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Excuse my
And
language, but
this is
yeah,
also their peak heat during the summer is July and August. So
right.
this
So
is
this is not uncalled for, but it's randomized is the
yeah.
problem. So
Yeah.
I saw them in like I could see like spots like it's like I was looking above from the exosphere and I could see as if like the earth lit up, like the ground of the earth lit up on the area and it just spiked little sparks everywhere.
Yep.
And the raw and like random all over, like in the wrong spaces.
Yep.
And you
Eric
think, why would it hit there? Why would it hit there? Why would this be here? And that was disappointing. It's one of those messages that you don't tend to want to give, but it's the truth that you see.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
so I hope that helps. But like I said, not everyone likes the answer, but this is not one of those answers. I was going to dumb down just so people don't get the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. They are scattered. Thank
But go
you.
ahead, ladies. I did that so you can get your cards out and go ahead.
Okay. So
Okay.
what I pulled was clear voice.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I like
Clear
Mm.
voice. My voice is strong. My words flow effortlessly, and my message is always understood.
I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And my little message from Red Salvia is move with purpose. Your courage is already awake. Because we need
Mm. Yes.
move with
And
purpose.
it goes with the whole theme that they were yelling at me for, like, past week,
Hmm.
is to just, no matter how much, like, villains like to be villains. They like their belief. Yeah, whatever that is. Long story short, just drop all the masks, because if you can do it for yourself, even 1 second of one day, you
Hmm.
know, even if
Yep.
you're lucky to do it for 1 minute of one of your days,
Yep.
and you
And
drop all your masks, and you just being true to yourself for 1 freaking second.
the unseen energy card goes right along with what you're speaking. It says the
Mm,
heart is allowed to be both gentle and
there you
bold.
go.
Let
Yes.
both truths live.
Yes.
And that's what we got here. So
Unabashed truth. Exactly.
yep,
No remorse. You owe nobody anything but yourself. You only owe them kindness, respect, and dignity.
yeah, to be a sovereign soul.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Okay, well, thank you everybody that's shown up, and thank you, Fanima, Aaron, and Carl was here. Thank you, and in the chat. And um, let's see. And my mind went blank. I'm sorry. Thank you.
It's no, it's
Two
been that
weeks.
week.
We'll
It's
be
been
back
that
in
week.
2
Don't even
weeks.
worry about it. It's just been like that for me too. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
Okay, catch us on the replay.
Yes.
Like
We'll see
and
you
subscribe
in 2 weeks. Yes.
Yes.
in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Dude.
thank you everybody. I'm giving the die ray.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Oh, I gotta get my
You
pointer.
gotta click on it. You gotta click it.
Hmm.